Namaste. In these days, I have been in a few days of silence, and I realized how much of talking our own mind does to us. Our mind is full of stories and narratives, conversations and questions. I suddenly realized that each one of us must be facing this, a huge amount of conversations in our own minds. And most of those conversations are directed towards ourselves. I suddenly realized also the first conversation that I have with myself every morning. I'm so grateful to my Guru and my tradition of Gurus to have introduced me to this beautiful mantra as the first intention to set for the day. It's a conversation you are having with yourself. More than that, it's like a song you are singing to yourself. I felt so strongly to share it with you, and therefore here I am sharing this song to myself, to you. This is a hymn of 3 verses. I will share the first verse with you. The other 2 verses I will share if anyone requests. This hymn was written by Shankaracharya about 1200 years ago and seems to be as fresh and as valid for today, especially when we are so-called in a lockdown situation due to the worldwide pandemic. The beauty of hymns composed in Sanskrit is that the meaning of the hymn is only its outer shell. The intention and the depth to which it can carry you depends upon how you allow your mind to flow in that intention. Other beauty is that not only every word, but every letter that forms a word has a meaning. I will try to be as brief as possible, but it will give you an idea. And you might wish to try it, to sing it to yourself. You might wish to translate it into your own languages and say it to yourself. You might wish to share it with your children, teach them to say it to themselves. The first thing in the morning. What do you tell yourself the first thing in the morning? Here it is. I'll sing it to you the way I sing it to myself in my mind. It goes like this. Pratah Smarami Hridi Sans Puradatma Tattvam Sajit Sukham Paramahansa Gatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagra Sushupti Veti Nityam Tad Brahmanish Kalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangha. That's the first verse. Now the meaning. Pratah. The common meaning of Pratah is at dawn, at the daybreak. If you go a little deeper, pra means afterwards, later, onwards. Tah means stealing. So after the stealing has happened, after the night has stolen the cognizance of the self, Pratah, at dawn, after the darkness has gone, then at that point, after my cognizance of self was stolen, at that point, when I wake up, Pratah Smarami. Smarami, I become. Smarami, common translation is I remember. Deeper translation is I become. I recognize it to be myself. I recognize it in myself. Just as when you are looking for your glasses and you find it on your head, you haven't found your glasses. You never lost it, so you never found it. You just recognized that the glass is on your head, which it always was. So Pratah Smarami, at dawn, at daybreak, I become aware of what? Pratah Smarami Hridi. Hridi. Hridi means in my heart. Hridaya, my heart. There are many, many deeper meanings. Here, Hridaya means the central space of my being. Not this physical heart which is beating. In the central space of my being, at the core of my being. So at dawn, I remember that at the core of my being, Smarami, there is a vibration, there is a reverberation, there is a spandana, there is a vibration. So I am becoming aware of this vibration, this vibrating thing at the center of my being. Pratah Smarami Hridi Sans Furadhatma Tattvam. Atma Tattvam. The stuff that I am made up of. Tattva, the stuff, the element. And Atma Tattvam, that makes me up, the me stuff. And that me stuff is vibrating at the center, at the core of my being, which I am remembering in the morning. So Pratah Smarami Hridi Sans Furadhatma Tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramahans Gatim Turiyam. Sat Chit Sukham. What is the nature of that stuff? What is my nature? Sat. It is true. It is eternal. Chit. It is conscious. Sukham. It is happy. If you go a bit deeper into the word Sukham, Su means harmonious, good, nice, auspicious. Kham means space. Sukham is a harmonious space. It's a harmonious state. Ananda. So Satchit Ananda, Satchit Sukham. So that stuff which is eternal, which is conscious, which is Sukham, which is happy, which is joyful. Paramahans Gatim. Paramahans, those who are the highest of the highest human beings, those who are the highest, who aspire for the highest personhood, Paramahans, the sages. They aspire for it, Gatim. They come into motion. They move towards this self, this awareness. That awareness which is a vibration at the center of my heart, at the center of my being, I am becoming aware of. Paramahans Gatim and Turiyam. Turiya means the fourth. So I am the fourth. It's a simple translation. I am the fourth. Fourth of what? The next verse says it. Yat swapna jagris sushupti. Yat, that which is constant in swapna, that means dream. Jagriti, that means wakefulness. And sushupti, that means deep sleep. I am the fourth on which these three states of consciousness are experienced. Or I am the fourth which experiences itself and expresses itself in these three states of being, of deep sleep, of wakefulness, and of dream. Yat swapna jagrat sushupti vaiti nityam tad brahma nishkalamaham. Nishkal. I am without any blemishes. I am stainless. I don't have any stains. I don't have any impurities. I don't have any imperfections. That perfect Brahman, the all-inclusive, expansive being, that Brahman I am. Nacha bhuta sangha. Bhuta means all the elements. I am not, sangha means an aggregate. I am not an aggregate of the elements that is supposed to comprise the idea of me. I have an idea of myself. That idea. Sangha, you will be amazed. The word for museum is known as Sangrahalaya in Sanskrit or in Hindi. So a place where things are just put together. Museum. Historical things. Things which have stories behind them. This was the king's sword. This was the queen's crown. This was the soldier's shoes. This is a dead body, 4,000 years old. This one. So, I am not a museum of all the stories that I tell about myself. My name, my position, my relationships. I am Pawan. I am a friend. I am an astrologer. I am a great author. Or I am a dumb student. Whatever. All the stories that I have, the museum of stories that I have become or I am, not that I, but the blemishless, stainless, pure, eternal, true, happy self, which is vibrating at a very, very beautiful level in the deepest core of my being, in my heart. That I am. This is the first verse. I remind myself who I am. It is like a lullaby. So once again, I will repeat the meaning in one go and say the mantra, say the verse one more time. So the meaning is, at dawn, just when I wake up, when my consciousness was stolen away or seemed to be stolen away by sleep, by night, at such a beautiful moment in dawn, that as I'm waking up, I become aware of myself as a certain vibration which is flowing out or flowing around from the very center of my being. And that being is truth. It is true, changeless, eternal, conscious, extremely joyful, happy, blissful. The all-inclusive Brahman, which embraces all, loves all, includes all, blemishless, without any imperfections. That Brahman, which is the aspiration of all the sages, all those who want and strive for perfection. That Brahman. And that Brahman, which is the fourth, the substratum, the fourth layer or the substratum of my being, on which there is an imposition or there is an expression or expansion into deep sleep, dream and wakefulness. That I become aware of. Pratah Smarami Hridi Sans Furadhatma Tattvam Satchit Sukham Paramahansagatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jagra Sushupti Vaiti Nityam Tad Brahmanish Kalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sanghaha. Namaste.